Alright, sponsored video intro time. And this time, it's Gods Unchained. Gods Unchained is a new free-to-play card game, and the Gods Unchained team asked me if I would be interested in making a dedicated video to showcase the game to you all, and I of course said yes. So in this video, I'm going to show you all some basic ideas, concepts, keywords, and mechanics in Gods Unchained. So let's get started. Alright, so here's the screen you'll see when you start up the game. As you can see, there's a lot of different options. So we can play against the AI computer here, we can play rank constructed, we can do a friendly challenge match, or we can do the tutorial, which we'll do in a second. And of course on the right side here, there's plenty of great news articles and videos showcasing what Gods Unchained has to offer. But let's get started with that tutorial. Alright, let's get started. As you can see, we're both different god characters, and we both have 30 hit points. And of course the objective is to get the opposing god down to 0. Now one cool thing about Gods Unchained is there's 6 different gods to choose from, but each one has multiple different hero powers. So for the tutorial we only have Onslaught available to us, so we'll pick that one. Now we move on to the Mulligan phase, and as you can see it's a little bit different than Hearthstone in that we have charges remaining, so essentially we can swap out cards multiple times over. So as we can see here we have an 8-drop, we probably don't want that in the opening hand, so we should probably replace that one. Alright, we're going to keep our 1-drop, our 2-drop, and our 2-drop, and we'll keep those. And now we're ready to play. That's our hand. Awesome.
Best of luck.
As you can see, we have a mana wheel down here to indicate how much mana we have each turn. And we can play our 1 mana, 1/2. As you can see here, the yellow 1 in the bottom left indicates the strength or the attack power of the card. The green 2 indicates the health of the card. And now we can end our turn. Awesome. And the opponent played a 1 mana 1/1. It's our turn again. We drew a very expensive card. As you can see now we have 2 mana down here, so we can play our 2-drop, a 2 mana 1/3. So we'll do that. So like many other card games, when you play a minion, there's a summoning sickness type effect, where you have to wait a turn in order to attack. But now this minion's been on the board for a turn, we can either attack the enemy minion or the enemy hero. So let's go ahead and attack the hero. Alright, and we'll end our turn. The opponent played another minion, and they attacked our minion. So as you can see, our minion survived that attack because it had 3 health, and the opposing minion only had 1 attack. As you can see, this card looks a little bit different, so we can hover over it to see its special effect. And this card has Frontline, which is kind of equivalent to Taunt in Hearthstone. So we have to destroy this minion before we can attack the enemy god.
The battle rages on.
The battle does rage on. So we have 3 mana available to us, so we should probably play this 2-drop. Now it's telling us to use our god power. Alright. But unfortunately we don't have enough mana. As you can see we have 1 mana, and the god power costs 2 mana. However, we do have a Bag of Tricks, which is an interesting effect in Gods Unchained. Basically, it's a little bit of excess mana. If you're going first, you get 1 Bag of Tricks, and if you're going second, you get 3 bags of tricks, and you can use 1 per turn to kind of accelerate your mana growth. So let's use that. So now we have 2 mana, and now we can use our God Power, Onslaught, on this guy, and now we can attack this one, and destroy it. And now we can attack the face. And that's it. We won the game.
What did you expect?
Alright, let's try a game against the computer. So we start by clicking here, and we can create our own deck by picking one of the gods available, or we can use a pre-made starter deck. So let's try the War starter deck. Now as we can see here on the bottom, these are all the cards in our deck laid out by mana cost, and we can fan through them to see what they do. And of course you can edit these starter decks by using cards from your actual collection as well. But right now, we're going to leave it as is. And now we pick a deck for our opponent by clicking here. So let's give them the light starter deck. And of course you can edit the opponent's deck as well, but we're going to leave it as is for now. Now you can also change how the game board looks and what trinkets you use by clicking here. So let's change it to Midnight Temple. Sounds good. Alright, let's play. Alrighty, let's play a game. So as you can see, we have 4 different god powers to choose from, and we're going first. Let's go ahead and pick Onslaught since we're familiar with that one. And for the mulligan, we're looking for inexpensive cards. Let's replace this one. And let's go ahead and replace it again. Let's replace this one. Alrighty.
Get ready.
Good luck.
So we're going first, so we have access to 1 mana and we have 1 bag of tricks. So technically we have access to 2 mana. But I think we'll just play our 1 mana card here. This is a 1 mana 2/2. This creature gains +1 strength after it attacks a creature. And we'll pass the turn. Our opponent used a spell to decrease the attack of our creature. Now we have 2 mana. Let's go ahead and play this guy. Now this card does have Blitz, which typically means it can attack an opponent's minion right away, but since the opponent doesn't have any minions, we can't really use that Blitz. So we'll send this one to face, and we will pass our turn.
Get ready.
So our opponent played a 2 mana 2/1 Roar, give +1 health to each other friendly creature. So Roar is like Battlecry in Hearthstone, and essentially that Roar was wasted because he didn't have any other creatures. So now we have 3 mana. Let's go ahead and play this one. That hand buffs this creature in our hand. Let's trade here. Nice value trade, and we'll send that one to face. Now an important feature of Gods Unchained is there is a graveyard mechanic called the Void, which we can see by clicking here. So that creature we just killed for the opponent is now in their Void.
Nothing like the sweet scent of rotting flesh.
And of course, some gods can use the Void better than others. So let's end our turn. Alrighty.
It's that time again.
So our opponent played a 1 mana 2/2, essentially stealth, and they played a 2 mana 1/4 frontline can attack. So frontline is kind of like taunt in Hearthstone. Alrighty, so let's attack here. We can play our spell of deal 3 damage to a damaged creature. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and hero power this. So we can get a little bit of extra damage to the face, because we can't attack this one since it has stealth. So we're going to go face there, and we'll pass our turn.
A true test of faith.
Alright.
To arms.
Now one important feature for Gods Unchained is the Sanctum, which we can see by clicking here. So throughout the game we earn a resource called Favor, which we can spend in the Sanctum. It's kind of like discovering a card in Hearthstone. So we can spend our Favor and we can get this card right now if we so choose. So let's go ahead and play that. Pretty good. Attack the face, and we will pass our turn. Transformed our creature. May reduce the attack on that one.
My turn.
This was transformed into a 1 mana 2/2 with protection. So protection is kind of like Divine Shield in Hearthstone. So an important feature to talk about for Gods Unchained is that mana is not linear. So from 1 mana to 5 mana you gain 1 mana per turn, but as the game progresses you gain mana more slowly. So as you can see here, we're at technically 5.5 mana. Alrighty, let's play this spell. And why don't we just hero power? Go all out face. That seems pretty good. We'll end our turn. I feel like we have the opponent on the ropes here. Draw a card. Alright. Reduce the attack of our minion.
At last.
And they passed. Alrighty here, so we have what? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, we have 7, 8. I think we're a smidge short. It's pretty close though. I think we'll just play it safe here. Play a big old bear.
Foul beast.
I don't think we have to get too fancy here. I feel like we're in a pretty good position. Oop, oh, there we go. Missed looking all over the place.
Force will only get you so far.
So opponent played a 6 mana 4/4 Ward, which is characters with Ward are protected from one enemy spell or god power effect. And Roar, pull a random spell from your Void to your hand. I think we have it here. Let's see if the bear can do it, guys. Oh, bear missed. Feels bad, man. Oh, we still got him anyway. Alright. And that's how it's done. So I hope you all enjoyed this quick introduction to Gods Unchained, and of course this video is really only scratching the surface of all the game has to offer. There are so many fantastic cards and keywords in the game that it just isn't possible to cover everything in one video. I really do think that Gods Unchained has a fantastic amount of depth, especially when you consider that each god has multiple different god powers, which allows you to build your deck in a fun and interesting way to synergize with it. So if this looks like a game you think you might enjoy, I would appreciate if you download the game using my referral link down below. Thank you once again to Gods Unchained for sponsoring this video.